Okay, so thanks so much for hopping on tonight, guys. I just really wanted to do a quick call just to reflect a bit on New Zealand and how amazing that was, obviously, and just the more belief that that's implanted in me as well. And just to share a little bit of my journey with everybody. Since I've returned from New Zealand, I've had so many messages asking about my story and how I did it and my journey and tips and things like that. So I've got a few faces on here that know my story very, very well, but I also see a few on here that don't. So I'm just going to share my story basically from the beginning for you new faces on here so that you can understand my journey a little bit, and I can guarantee there's probably something in there that you'll be able to relate to as well, which is kind of the point and the purpose of it. I think sometimes when you see your leaders, and I know for me when I was first starting my business and I'd see leaders and people, driving these beautiful cars and doing these amazing trips, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, they're so lucky, and I bet it just come a bit easy for them and they mustn't have gone through these things I'm going through. But I can't stress enough and guarantee you guys enough that we have. And all the VP does is just continue to stick it out and never lets these little things dampen their vision. Their vision just stays so, so clear throughout all of that. So basically, most of you know I started my journey up in Mackay. It actually took me 3 months to sponsor my very first consultant. So I didn't fly into district manager in a week or a day or anything like that. I did my strong start over 3 months. And the truth is that consultant actually sent her products back. She sent back her entire kit in about a month. So that was a little bit devastating to me. So now I'm month 4 in the business and I'm back to square one, which was a bit challenging, but I knew it was for me and I knew I needed to keep pushing through this. So about a few weeks after that, she actually called me back and said, I think I've made a mistake and I want to try my business again. So she reordered her stuff again and I was very excited and off we went. And it was just me and her kicking it for about 7 months before I had already met Nicole and I had already spoken to Lydia and a couple of other consultants at that time about joining the business, but the time wasn't right for them. So quite a few months later, they contacted me, and if I hadn't still been active and still been pursuing my business and very excited about my business, there's no way these girls would have contacted me. And I remember on down days putting up inspirational quotes and loving my business posts and just pumping on, even though on the other side of the computer I was like, why is it not working for me? Everyone else is in momentum and I'm in no momentum. What is going on? And then I get a message from Lydia saying, your business looks like it's really working. I think it might be something I need to do. And I was like, oh, awesome. This is so exciting. And then Nicole's like, can you come over and tell us a little bit more about this business? I think it might be something I would like to do. So this was about 9 months into my business. So it took me almost a year to get to area manager. So that's a little bit about my journey. I think some people, one lady I was talking to today was shocked. She thought I got to area manager in like 3 months. So I totally didn't. It took me a bit longer than that. And then it took me a few months after that to get to region. And I did also go through the experience of someone in my business going to region before me, which was another, it's a very big journey, this business, and it's something that really shapes you into the person you are today. I wouldn't change a single thing about my journey and the no's that I had and the things that I went through, because it made me such a strong leader for my team. And I can guarantee you, when someone contacts me about something they've been through, about a no, about a particular mean lady at a party, about whatever it is, I've been there and I know exactly what that feels like, and it allows me to give them great advice. So just know, whatever story, whatever journey and whatever thing you're going through now, someone in your team one day is going to love hearing you tell that story to them, and it's going to inspire them that you continue to push through that, which is so incredible. So the power of a vision is something that I talk about so, so much, and I talk about it all the time because I am so, so passionate about it. I honestly thought that I couldn't. I remember driving past Mercedes and thinking, I'm never going to have one of them. I remember thinking that. I wish so much I could have one of them, but it's just so hard and it must be impossible for me. And it took until I started to read some personal development and really start to believe in myself that I could start seeing myself in one of them cars. And before I did that, there's no way I would be in that car today. That's the most important step, is to see yourself in that car and know in your heart of hearts that you deserve to be, that you're good enough to be, and that you are going to be. See, it's so clear. I could smell the leather. I could feel it in my hands. You know, it has to be so real and so crystal clear to you. And I'd start to look at these elevation trips and these trips people were going on and start to imagine myself on the trips. And it's an amazing thing when you start to be so clear about where you want to go. The how will just appear. How to start putting these things together will just start to happen. It might not happen tomorrow, but it will happen the clearer and clearer your vision gets and the more you believe in yourself. And people can tell and are drawn to someone who believes in themselves and believes in what they're doing. They might not follow you today, but they will follow you. I promise. It's inevitable. So many leaders I spoke to over in New Zealand were saying the same things, and it was so amazing to talk to them and listen to their journeys over there. Some of them were 5 years to region. One particular lady was 7 years she'd been in the business, and she'd just gone region, and that was her first trip. So how incredible is that? She just refused to ever stop. She knew this business was for her. So it's not a race, and I really can't encourage you enough to never compare yourself to others, because that will make logging into Arbonne and seeing your web stats feel like your self-worth, and that is not a place that you ever want to go, ever. So you're so incredible and you're capable of amazing things. Don't ever compare yourself. Everyone's on a different journey. Everyone's mind's in different places, and everyone is disciplines on different levels, I suppose you can say, to training their mind and thinking like that, you know. So I really took a lot of that home from New Zealand, because I'm guilty of it. Even when you reach a vice president level and start to experience these amazing things, you see someone doing it a little bit faster, or you see someone else earning a trip that you went for that you didn't earn, or whatever it is, and you start to go, oh man, I wish I was as good as them, or I wish I had their discipline. Don't do that. Don't go there. Don't sign up for that class, because you're amazing and you can do it. So the most important elevation in this business, and this is something that we were all discussing while we were over there, and it's just so true, is district manager. And it's so funny because while I'm over there thinking these things, I get Voxes from the beautiful Nicole saying, I want to train out how amazing district manager is. It's like we're on the same wave connections. It's crazy. But it's so true. Do we have any, if you're a district manager on the call, can you put your hand up? Any DMs or above? DMs up? You should be so proud of yourself, because that is amazing. You've elevated and you've reached a level, and that is all the business is. Once you've done that, you've learnt the fundamentals of the business. That is the hardest elevation, because you have to believe in yourself at some point to get to that. And learning to believe in yourself isn't something that you just do one day. It's just not. And everyone's backgrounds and things they've been through are different, which might mean that that journey takes that bit longer as well. So basically this business is getting to district, bringing someone to district, and showing them how to bring someone to district. That's it. So once someone becomes an executive district manager, they've got this business down pat. They know how to do it. So New Zealand was amazing. I'd touch really quickly on how fantastic that was. This company is incredible. Once you start to work out how to do this business and Arbonne notices, my God, do they just rain gratitude and love all over you. It's incredible. I knew it was going to be mind-blowing when I got there, but I'm still picking my jaw up off the floor. I swear to God, it was insane. From the moment we landed, just everything was prepared. I didn't pull out my wallet once. Everything was, my glass was never empty. There was constantly someone there to make sure it was great. This one big, beautiful, like it was a cave that we went to, full of big wine barrels everywhere, and we got up to the back and I had this huge, beautiful dinner set up, and apparently they only do 6 dinners a year. One of them is for Kate Blanchett and one of them is for Beyonce, but it's not something that the public can just walk into. It's like an invite-only thing. And the wine and the food, and oh my God, it was incredible. We just had the best time. We actually literally landed on top of a glacier. Is that how you say it? Yeah. It was so insane. The snow was like concrete because it was so cold up there. There was no, like, I had Connies on and they didn't even get wet. That's how hard it was. Yeah, it was incredible. It was just a sea of white, and it was just amazing. And to have head office there with us, and one of head office, I won't say who, but she actually got on a bucking bull at this place. They were having a few drinks and got flown off it. But how cool is that? Like, to bond with head office like that and to see them like that. I went on little go-kart things with Tracy Waxman. It was so much fun watching her bird around the corners on them, and it was just incredible. It was so cool to see everyone as an everyday person and to hear people's journeys and to realize there's so many people in this business and everyone's journey and story is different, and no one is better, greater, smarter or anything than you at all. It's just how you place your time and what you decide to do with that determines when you get where, if that makes sense. So the other thing I really wanted to talk about tonight was the biggest thing I've took away from New Zealand was the power of iDesign. I had so many people over there saying, what are you guys doing? You guys are like booming. You're doing it so fast. I got on the bus and this lady like comes over into the corner and she's like, can you walk me through your product presentation and what exactly do you guys do in your system? And because you guys are insane, like you're so onto it. And I realized, oh my gosh, it's just iDesign. It's the most duplicatable training tool that there is. And we are so fortunate to have Cass and the other amazing leaders that have put that together for us. Like, it's insane. I can't encourage you enough to not try yourself. And this is what I learned while I was over there, just having a chat with Cass, and I realized how much I'm taking on training people when I should be using iDesign to do that, because basically iDesign can do it better. It's been done perfectly. It's like the perfect videos and the perfect scripts and the perfect everything that you can train yourself with and then teach your team to duplicate that down throughout it. So I can't encourage you enough. If you don't know iDesign like the back of your hand, that's your number one job. That is your biggest tool. Okay, it's more important than the source. It's more important than Arbonne University. Like, if you ask me personally, you will get so much more from that. It's like your one-stop shop to learning how to have an amazing Arbonne business. It's very duplicatable. When your team asks you things, instead of giving them the answer, know where the answer is in iDesign and send them there to watch it, you know? So for you to know where the answer is, you need to know iDesign. You need to understand this tool, and once you really understand it, you'll realize the value in it and it will help your business an incredible amount. You'll be so glad that you did. And even myself, I will admit, I jumped on iDesign today, started watching it, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen this tile. This is incredible. Oh my gosh, how did I miss this? So, you know, I'm human too. But yeah, jump on and check it out, because I promise that you will get so much from it. And like I said, we are so fortunate to have that. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. Just a few little things that I took home from there. The power of believing in yourself was the absolute biggest one, and hearing everybody's stories and what everyone's been through to get to the top, because not everybody flies there, you know. Some people, and even the people that look like they fly there, they work extremely hard. I can guarantee you they wouldn't be able to tell you one character off the TV in the last 12 months. They wouldn't even know. So it's not that they're lucky or anything like that. It's just how you put it together, if that makes sense. Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask me about the trip or anything like that? I thought I'd leave 5 minutes at the end for Q&A. You better have some. No, I covered most of it. If I get off this thing and my phone starts going psycho. No. Yes, we did. We went to a little town called Arrow something. Yes, I was going to say, Martina, what is it called? Because I knew you would know. Arrowtown, and that's where The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings was filmed, and it was incredible. The weather was just so crisp and beautiful, and it was just, I'm speechless. It was just incredible. Everything we did, the service of everything was just so premium. The Sofitel that we stayed at was beautiful. Yeah, my favourite part of the trip was probably the helicopter ride and the magnetic sound it's magnetic sound, hey, that river. Yeah, we did like this river cruise, and we saw real life seals in the cruise swimming around and jumping on rocks and stuff. Milford, that's it. Oh gosh, I've had a big couple of days. And because they're 2 hours behind over there, getting up at 7 every day was actually getting up at like my body clock of 5. So the only thing missing was not getting to sleep in. because there was too much exciting stuff to get up and do. It's okay. I did. I loved it all. So true. It was incredible. Put these things on your to-do list. Hey, you know, it's so true, that quote, the saddest thing in life's not to set a goal too high and miss, but to set a goal too low and achieve it. And I remember before Arbonne, I remember just saying, I don't need a big nice house, and I don't need a nice car, and I don't need to travel the world. I'm quite happy and safe inside my Australian border. And I would say all these things to myself because I was too scared to set the goals for that. Because if they didn't achieve it, it would hurt me. It would upset me. So I would just talk myself into not needing it. But if it is something that you want to do, go for it with everything you've got. Because if I can do it, oh my gosh, anyone can do it. That is just 100% true. And I think you know deep down that you can. Everyone does. You have that little fluster down there that goes, oh, I can so do this, and you swallow really hard for a second because you know that you can, and it's incredible. And even like all them leaders over there, you realise how much they are everyday people too, because their jaws are on the floor just the same as mine. They're like, this is amazing. I'm like, aren't you used to this? I'm like, I will never get used to this. I'll never get used to thinking I can accomplish all these sort of things. I think for me, it was when I went area manager that I really realised I could do this business. When I saw myself roll into area, I thought, I think I could go region. It wasn't until that point that I thought region was ever even on the table for me. It was not there. I was just quite content to make it as an area. You know, set the goals that you believe are achievable, but always have that next level one, that one day I'm committed to doing that. It's not a time thing. It's not a race. It's a commitment thing. Be committed in your heart of hearts. You're going to do that for you because we've got one life, baby. Let's go and rock this, make this happen. But I could talk all day about this. You've got me at a time right now where I'm like on top of the world. But thank you so much to everybody though for jumping on. You're welcome, honey. You're all welcome. I love chatting to you guys. I love seeing all your faces, and I'm so impressed to have 25 people on with like a few hours notice. How cool is that? Well done to you guys. That's awesome. I'll post the recording up so you can let your teams and stuff know about it. I'm just